Alright guys, I am now in the shop. Alright, let me get on this lift. Now, ABS light on, you can see that. And guys, as you can also see, this little traction control light on. Now, what causes that, guys? A number of things can trigger that light on. Alright, the simplest, easiest thing that would trigger it on is most wheel speed sensor, guys. Now, today's modern cars, guys, are standard equipped with ABS. There was once a time there was an option. Okay, you can choose a car without ABS. Analog brake system is what ABS stands for. But now I think some models are standard. All right, so that is a way, guys. They did some analyzing, they did some calculation, and they've come to the conclusion that in the middle of a panic stop, okay, your distance to stopping is greater if you're not skidding. Okay, in other words, if you slam on the brakes and you skid, your distance will be longer. Okay, and you could eventually crash and get hurt. So to avoid that, car makers came out with a ABS system, all right, to avoid that from happening. So what happens in the event of a panic stop, your brakes will modulate. They will try its best not to skid, okay, and you will essentially come to a stop a whole lot sooner than you would if you were skidding. All right, now that's ABS in a nutshell, guys. I know I ran through that fairly quick, and if you want a video on that explanation of ABS and why it's needed, I can get you that. It'll have to be on a separate video though. So now, problems come up, guys. From time to time, problems will arise. Now, depending on your setup, guys, every car is different. Every car maker is different. Every car utilizes ABS in a different way. All right, this particular car, this is a 2015 Challenger, Dodge Challenger. And from the sound of it, let me see something. Oh, it's got the V8. I can tell, guys, by that rumble. It's a different rumble that a V8 Hemi will put out as opposed to a V6 Pentastar, 3.6 Pentastar engine. This likely have the Hemi. Now, knowing that, and this is a 2015 model, it could have an 8-speed transmission in it. I don't know. It could also be equipped with a NAG 1 transmission, guys. The transmission nowadays are just as sensitive as the ABS units. Okay, if this is a NAG 1 transmission, guys, this it utilize ABS in a different way, guys. Number one thing with ABS, okay, and I'm almost certain this apply to every car maker. The first warning with ABS: your tire size have to be the same all the way around. Okay, not necessarily the recommended tire size. Okay, I mean, it's more important that they all four are the same size. All right, yes, the recommended tire size is important, but if all four are the same size, your system you can send this whole computer system into chaos and cause problems that you will not normally have if that was the case. So try to get all four tires the same. Now, I'm going off on a rant, guys. We're getting ready to go to a computer. I don't mean to sit in the car and talk. I know you guys hate that. We're going to go to a computer and see what the fault codes, what triggered this light on in the first place. All right. Also, on that NAG transmission, guys, this car, a NAG 1 equipped car will have its own transmission module. All right. So, yes, it utilizes a totally different strategy to tell the speed of each wheel. The computer needs to know how fast each wheel is spinning. All right, that's how it do what it do. We're going to talk about that some more in a separate video. But for now, let me take a break. Let's go to the computer and see what fault codes triggered this light. All right, stay tuned. Let's get it. All right, guys, I'm here at the computer. Now, you can see yellow is in the ABS module. That means there's a fault code in that module. You also have yellow in the BCM and the DDM, driver's door module. Okay, but for now, let's take a look. Let's go into the ABS. Let's go into all DTCs first. I don't think they're related. Yeah, this is a park switch and a couple. Let's see how smart these computers are. The computer can tell if you have a turn signal bulb out. All right, but we are interested in this ABS. All right, so let's go to ABS. Let's go to DTC, see what the code is. All right, there you have it, guys. C0034 stands for right front wheel speed sensor signal compare failure. All right, you have to be careful with this code, guys. A lot of guys will simply go get a wheel speed sensor. Before you do that, guys, take a look in the area of this right front wheel. All right, there could be some damage. All right, in fact, let's take a look. No, let's take a look at this diagnostic real quick. We're not going to go through the whole diagnostic. You see, as you can see, the circuit is pretty simple, guys. All right, you got the ABS module here. You got the speed sensor from each wheel. Remember, this module is looking for information on how fast each wheel is turning. It's only 2 wires, guys. Now, possible cause, improper right front tire. See what I've mentioned about the tire? They have to match, guys. Keep that in mind. Right front wheel speed sensor for looseness. The sensor could be loose. The wiring to the sensor could be compromised. Right front wheel bearing. Okay, guys, keep in mind the wheel speed sensor in some cases will read the axle, the hub that's spinning. Okay, the hub sometimes built on the axle, sometimes not. Right front wheel speed sensor could be failed, and last but not least, you could have an internal short in the module. All right, these are the diagnostics if you had to go through it, but we're going to take a visual look at this and see what's see if anything visual that could be causing this. All right, so guys, let me take another break. Let's go over to the car and take a look around. Let's get it. All right, guys, first thing first. Hey, y'all see that? What a beauty. All right, yes, V8 5.7 V8 Hemi engine. All right, ABS. This is the ABS module, guys. These are the ABS module is separate from the hydraulic assembly. All right, you can replace the module by itself if you had to. Okay, make sure you perform the proper diagnosis before you go replacing that expensive module. And guys, you cannot just replace the module. It's not plug and play and go. The modules, ABS module, will have to be initialized. All right, watch this video right here while I speak on that. Now, as far as transmission, is it a NAG one or ZF 8-speed transmission? The way you can tell on this particular car, guys, the NAG 1 was equipped with a dipstick tube. No dipstick, but a tube. And if it was a NAG 1, that dipstick tube would be right in this area. Because there is no dipstick tube in this area, that lets me know this is a 8-speed ZF 8 HP 70 maybe transmission. Okay, that transmission will give you no dipstick or a dipstick tube, guys. All right, so it's hard to install the wrong fluid in this car by virtue of a dipstick tube. All right, in fact, I speak on that transmission service. Watch this video right here. I talk in general. That's on a 1500, but it's very informative on how to service that transmission. They call it a feel for life. No, guys. Once you go out of warranty or once you over 100,000 miles, service your transmission. But this is not a transmission video. All right, we're just gonna stay focused with ABS. So we have a problem with the right front, right? All right, so what we're gonna do, guys, what I'm gonna let the car up in the air. We're going to take a look around in this area to see if there's anything compromised with that hub, axle, or the sensor in general. All right, stay tuned. Let's get it. All right, guys, we have a problem with, yes, this is an 8-speed ZF transmission. It's the only way in and the only way out as it relates to fluid. Okay, but we have an ABS problem, and our problem's on the right front wheel area. And guys, I don't see anything compromised with anything ripped or torn apart. That's what you should be looking for. This is not an all-wheel drive, so there's no axles coming out of the right front wheel. So this sensor is getting its signal from the hub bearing, I want to say. There's a tone wheel on the hub bearing that this sensor will pick up and relay this information, the speed of this wheel, to the computer. All right, now guys, because I don't see anything compromised, I'm gonna go off the bat here and assume I have a failed wheel speed sensor, which is 95% of the time the problem. I know a lot of you guys may give me a little hell. Why didn't you diagnose it? They want to I want to see the test. How you diagnose? There is a testing procedure. There is a way to do it, but I'm not set up here, and I don't have my voltmeter or my meters here to go over it. And we are reliant upon speed. Okay, that would take some time out of me. So, guys, I promise you, I will get you, especially my newcomers. I have new respect for anybody trying to get into this. I will go over the proper procedure on how to. Now, one way you can do it, guys, if you have your scan tools is operating Okay, you can look at your scan tool. You should see the speed of each wheel that's turning. When you do this, you should see RPM, or you should see numbers moving. Now, if I pull up my screen, if I had a helper, I would have him turn this, and I would at look at my scan tool and see if I see numbers moving, count. If not, yes, I'm not getting a signal from this. All right, that's one way to do it, but I'm not set up and I don't have a helper here, so we're gonna go off the. I need a wheel speed sensor, so I'm gonna write up an estimate for a wheel speed sensor, guys. Replacing it's fairly easy, so just so you know what I'm up against and what I'm about to do, and I will check a look at the brakes. All right, you're dealing with ABS, that is part of the brake, so go ahead and inspect the complete braking system. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the miles. If this car has over 100,000 miles, which I think it do, I'm gonna recommend a ZF transmission service. All right, this car, because it's a rear wheel drive, will likely have, not likely, it will have a real differential. You have to have a way to transfer the transmission torque to the rear wheels. That's where a differential will come into play. You will also need axles to transfer torque to the wheels. All right, it's a automotive thing, guys. It's so I'm gonna look this car over some more and write up an estimate, guys. I don't want to bore you guys with what's going on, just so you know about that ABS. All right, electric steering, power steering. We'll talk about that on some more different videos. Known problem with the tensioner struts is the bushings are not strong enough to support the suspension, in my opinion, so they fail prematurely. But guys, I have work to do. All right, man, I appreciate you guys watching, man. Thanks for watching. Come and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next video.